Warning: the opinions expressed in this video are not represented by YouTube or anybody on this big planet. You've been warned. Yo. After taking a hiatus for a while, video game discussion is back with episode number 8. Today's episode of video game discussion, it's an odd topic. Basically, if regarding older video games, I'm talking about like the Ataris, the NESs, and the SNESs. If you were given a chance to buy an entire video game library, okay? Now, I've downloaded some ROMs and emulators. I looked at the size of the ROMs, and they're not that big. A couple megabytes, And I've seen how big some of these Blu-ray discs capacity can be. They're huge. So, maybe if Nintendo came out and said, hey, we're going to release an entire library, our entire library of, say, Nintendo and Super Nintendo, possibly even Game Boy and Game Boy Color games and stuff, would you be willing to buy them? Now, a lot of people goes, well, they got those games on the Wii market. Now, I'm not sure that they're all in the Wii market. I don't have a Wii or a Wii U or anything, so. But, would you be willing to, would this be a system buyer for you, And to me, honestly, I would say that, yeah, it would be. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've always believed that the NES and SNES were the best game, had the best games in my opinion. Those are what I grew up with, so yeah, I'm going to be kind of biased. But, that's what that's the ultimate question, Well, a lot of people say, well, why don't you just buy the games on, the Wii market? You'd have them then. Yeah, you could, but the thing is, I'm not sure how it works, if it's like Xbox Live where you'd have to be signed in all the time. And what happens if you decide that you don't want to have Wii, the Wii market anymore, or be online anymore? Like with Xbox Live, I'm on a silver account. I don't play multiplayer anymore, really. I may once, Call of Duty Ghosts comes out. But it's just like over the last few months, I've just totally, I've not really been into online gaming anymore. I'm more into just playing the story of the games, the first person games, first player, whatever you want to call them. And that's what kind of upsets me, because you get some of the diehard Call of Duty fans say, oh, the best part of the game is multiplayer, and that they've never even touched the story mode. Well, to me, the story mode, that's where the meat of the game is, in my opinion, because that's what took them along with the scripts, with the programming. Granted, they have to do stuff for multiplayer, but let's be honest, how much of that's honestly new stuff, They already got the blueprint, It's basically they're moving one multiplayer from one game to another with different maps, But the infrastructure is already there. Now, with these whole interactive maps, it's going to be a little bit different. I like to see how that turns out this year, But I'm more of a guy who just likes to have the hard copy of a game. Now I know that this upcoming generation of PS4 and the Xbox One, this will probably be the last generation where you really where they're really going to be allowing you to have hard disc formats, because like it or not, they're going to be pushing for us to be playing, on. They're going to want to go digital, and I think that's what's going to happen. Not this upcoming generation, but the one after, when the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox comes out. I'm praying that it's just called Xbox, but But that's basically what I believe, yeah. And if they did, what would be a good price? I mean, what is a price, for a library of 700 plus games? Granted, they're not big in size, but you do have to remember it did take people a long time to make these games. It wasn't, I remember that reports were that some of these games took years to make, because the technology wasn't always there, if I could buy a disc that has all NES games, or a disc that has all SNES, I'd be willing to pay 100, 150. I mean, can you imagine how much time, how many hours of gameplay that is? It'd be unbelievable, But that's basically what I just, I was, looking at my, watching videos on YouTube, and I was thinking, I've been wanting to bring back video game discussion for quite a while, but I just didn't know what it was I wanted to talk about. And this looks like it may be a way to relaunch the series. But, the questions always came to mind, it's like, how much, number one, would it be a system seller for you? And if it was, how much would you be willing to pay for this disc, the disc of gold, as I would call it? Because it'd be major treasure. I mean, who would not want, growing up in the 80s and 90s, who would not want to have a disc full, an entire, or maybe multiple discs, but who would not want to have the entire library of games that you grew up with? But yeah, that's just what I wasn't sure how long this episode was going to be, so I just thought I would just kind of chat and talk. And if you're curious what game it is that you're watching right now, this is actually 13. It's from my PlayStation 2. It's the PS2 port of it. If I remember correctly, it was also on GameCube and the Xbox. It was actually a game that a lot of critics panned, but it was a great game. Too bad it never got a sequel, but Okay, well, but I'm gonna end this this video game discussion just with a quick recap, what the topic was, which was if you would you be willing to buy a disc of all that came with all the games from the original NES or SNES or hell even the Nintendo 64? If it would be a system seller for the Wii, and how much would you be willing to pay for a treasure like that? Okay, so that was basically video game discussion. If you have any comments about what you would like, your opinions, please, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Also, thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you would like to, if you liked it, that's cool. If not, that's also okay. And if you have any questions, I try to answer them as soon as I can. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. Peace.